What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. I hit that like button and hit the subscribe button. So I was watching the Bag Fuel podcast, right? Bag Fuel is Hynaken and Esso from Math Hoffa's My Expert Opinion. They used to be on that podcast, then they left and did their own thing. So they're talking with Ish from the Joe Budden podcast, right? And so Hynaken says that he thinks that Drake should drop an album, a surprise album during Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime performance, right? He thinks Drake should just go ahead and just drop an album as soon as Kendrick is performing, really to offset it or to buzz Kendrick Lamar over the head and shock the world and I guess get everybody like, oh my God, the competition is crazy. Drake ain't backing down. He not folding, and make it look like, yo, people think he would never do that. So he should do it. He should take advantage of it and capitalize off of that. Y'all, boy, Drake better be so lucky Hynaken is not over his PR or anything like that. Hynaken would have Drake in trouble. He would have Drake in trouble for so many different reasons. First of all, if he drops an album during Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl performance, the world isn't going to go, stop. Let's go ahead and stop watching this performance so we can listen to what Drake talking about on the album. He not going to offset that. Like, Drake not going to offset the Super Bowl halftime performance. First of all, the Super Bowl halftime performance, Super Bowl gets about 120 million plus viewers. Probably like 120 at minimum viewers, probably a year, right? Let's just say 120 something million for the sake, right? They not finna just be like, okay, Drake dropped something. We gonna leave this Super Bowl halftime performance alone. We gonna leave this alone. No, probably the viewership might even shoot up during the Super Bowl halftime performance. Mega Drake fans are going to watch the Super Bowl halftime performance to see if their point it was proven. Because, you know, a lot of big, humongous Drake fans, the Drake super fans, a lot of them don't believe that Kendrick Lamar can really put on a great halftime performance. They think he don't got enough hits, he don't got enough party records, or he don't got enough cuts. I sound old when I say cuts. Yeah, he don't got enough hits to do a Super Bowl performance. So they're going to watch to see if their point was proven. You know, all the people, when I say Drake super fans, the ones who are advocating for Wayne to perform in New Orleans, right? They like, yo, Kendrick don't even get that many hits. Lil Wayne would be a better halftime performance. Those individuals are going to be watching just to see how Kendrick Lamar does, right? And then people in general that don't even watch the Super Bowl are going to tune in to watch the performance. So they're not going to stop watching a halftime show because Drake dropped an album, right? Or album or a single. Second of all, if he drops an album or a single during the Super Bowl halftime performance, people are going to call him corny. They're going to call him a clown, a loser. Because they're like, yo, you trying to take away from a historic moment for hip-hop. You know what I mean? Because now we got a hip-hop halftime show for real. And, you know, Kendrick is going to be doing a lot of pro-black records during the Super Bowl halftime performance. He's going to do a few of those. They're like, yo, here he come trying to take the limelight off of black American hip-hop and an artist who speaks to the state of black America, an artist who speaks about the oppression of black America, the oppression of black American people. Here Drake trying to take the limelight off of that. It's going to look terrible for him, right? Not only just that, if the single or the album is trash, if it's not good and he falls on his face, oh my God, it's going to be so embarrassing for him. They're going to clown Drake out if he drop a single or an album and it's not good. Think about it. Look at him. Thought he was doing something. Thought he was going to take away from this moment from Kendrick Lamar. And look, he tried to throw something at the wall and it didn't stick. Because Drake has secretly been trying to throw some little records, trying to throw stuff at the wall and see if it hit. And it ain't been hitting lately. The little stuff he's been putting out here and there, none of them tracks, none of them records have worked to put him back in that number one position, the number one spot. You know what I mean? So, yeah, boy, if he drop an album, it gotta be something super duper crazy. Super crazy. And yeah, you don't know if it's gonna be that. And so to drop it during the Super Bowl halftime performance, oh, they gonna clown him to no end. He'll never let that down. I'm like Hynaken. No, dog. First of all, I know his name, the brother's named after the beer. So some of y'all gonna be like, the brother's drunk, okay? He gotta be damn drunk to be saying that. I'm like, Hynaken, that is a terrible strategy for him. Like, bro, you would get Drake up out of here. You would get him up out of here with that suggestion that you just made. You know what I mean? And I'm looking at this too, because I said, well, Hynaken, because Hynaken like, yo, Drake need to come. He needs something to come back, and it'll help him come back if he does this during Kendrick's Superbowl halftime performance. No. His best bet, Drake's best bet, is for let the coast clear. Let Kendrick do his performance. Kendrick gonna kill his performance. I promise y'all that. I know people that's thinking all the, super Lil Wayne fans and super Young Money and all the super duper Drake fans. I'm a fan of Drake's music. I'm not like a mega fan to where I think he's above criticism. And I think that, he has done no wrong. I'm not one of them individuals, but I'm a fan of his music, right? But I know a lot of people think, a lot of the Drake super fans think Kendrick is not going to have a great performance. They don't think he can perform that well. I'm telling y'all right now, honestly, I really think he's probably the best hip hop performer right now. Hip hop music, he's probably the best hip hop performer right now. At least of the ones that's hot, of the ones that are currently hot, probably the best hip hop performer right now, for sure. And the world will see that during the Super Bowl performance. Like, I've always acknowledged that part. You feel me? Even when I didn't agree he was the #1 rapper, Kendrick, his performances though, I mean, y'all saw it at the pop out, bro. Like, look at dude, he wasn't even drinking no water. I mean, wasn't losing no breath. Was up there dancing, having a good time, putting on shows, rewinding the song back, delivering the song with the same enthusiasm, with the same stage presence, with the same just bravado on stage. You can't, come on, bro. Like, that's not something that you can fake. You can't fake that. That pop out, the performance he did, Kendrick and Friends, what? That joint was crazy. So just imagine when he got a whole bunch of theatrics that come with the Super Bowl performance. It's gonna be times 10. At least times 5. I'm gonna say times 10, because the theatrics that come with the Super Bowl performance and has gonna be put together, he been planning this out strategically, especially since he's seen people like his idol, Lil Wayne, get up here and not congratulate him one time at all, and then keep on going on his Woe Is Me tour about how the Super Bowl moment was snatched from him. I think Kendrick gonna say, okay, man, a lot of the Drake fans, super fanatics, and the Lil Wayne fans and Wayne himself, they doubt me during this performance. Okay, I'm finna put on a mega show. But yeah, man, Drake's best bet would be, again, to let all of this pass and then wait till the summertime and then try to drop a banger in the summer. A banger of a record in the summer, because in the summertime, people going to be outside. They're going to be wanting to dance. They're going to be wanting to have a good time. They're going to be wanting to, be by the water. In Chicago, they're going to want to be by the lakefront, be on the boats, all of that. He got to make a hit record for the summertime, especially for the girls to really like, right? That's his best angle. And truthfully, his best bet to try to make one of them type of hits and records is to go get Thugger. It's to go get Thugger, tell Thugger to wait, and try to get Thugger on a song to kind of like, to boost the mystique of the record. Now, the only problem with that is, because Kendrick Lamar has said you run to Atlanta, because he said that part, there's still going to be people that say, aha, you need Atlanta, you need them, you run to them. You don't want to speak on Black American issues and the plight of Black American people that are in those Atlanta streets, but you run to them to go do a record. So it's still going to be a lot of criticism for sure. But the best way to get past criticism is just to produce a hit. If the record is big enough, people going to still talk, but people going to vibe at the same time. So they going to still clown them out. But if they vibe and it's a hit that's undeniable, if it's undeniable, then he'll be, he'll be all right. He'll be cool. He'll be cool. If it's an undeniable smash hit, then that'll be cool for sure. So he'll be all right, even with the criticism. If it's a hit record is undeniable when it's just a hit. Sometimes even regardless of how, well, I don't know. I don't know. It all depends. Because I'm trying to think, if R. Kelly came out with an undeniable hit, how far would it go on radio? But again, R. Kelly and Drake, R. Kelly has been, we have video proof of him doing all type of crazy stuff. He been in jail. He's been convicted, all of that type of stuff. And yeah, so it's just two different circumstances, two entirely different situations. But yeah, I just think I think Drake would be an absolute fool to drop a single or an album during the Super Bowl performance, because Hynaken said specifically during the Super Bowl performance he should do this. During it, not the day of, not the day before, not the day after. He said immediately during the Super Bowl, Kendrick Super Bowl performance. And I'm like, yo, he gonna be looked at like they gonna call him even more of a colonizer for trying to hijack that moment from Kendrick, like a Black American artist that's going to be doing songs that talks to the mental state of Black America. And that's not going to be it's not his whole set ain't going to be that. But you know what I mean? He got a lot of songs where he speaks to those issues. And you would be crazy to think he's not going to perform that during Black History Month in February. You know what I mean? So yeah, they're going to call him a loser. They're going to call him a clown. They're going to try to, what? I say, yo, Hynaken, if you was on his team, you would have him out here in a worse state than he's in right now. You would make him a super, super, super villain. You would make him extremely villainized. It would be like when LeBron James went back to Cleveland after he went to the Miami Heat, and the way people was, booing him, the way when you hear people talk about the atmosphere of that game and how LeBron was like public enemy number one, some people probably would have tried to take a shot at LeBron. And I ain't talking about a basketball shot that night if they could have, right? Like, Drake would be in a similar situation if he does that. I'm like, what? Boy, Hynaken, no, that is terrible for him to do. That's horrible. His best bet, wait till everything die down, wait till the summer come, the weather start getting a little warm, and then you try to go drop a hit. But I think he's going to need Thugger, though. I think he's going to need Thugger's stamp to put him back in the mix. But again, I know people are going to say, you run to Atlanta. But if it's a hit, it would be undeniable. And then people just got to live with it. Not everybody going to live with it. But, a hit record speaks for itself most of the time, honestly. Machiavelli Mills TV. Hit the like button, hit subscribe.